Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Virgo reading. The new moon's occurring on September the 2nd, and it's going to be impacting the area of your life that has to do with how you share resources with others, your intimates particularly. So this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, please check out the description box below for information on the offerings I make. I'm grateful to be here and I'm grateful for your presence. So let's get started with your overall energy, the Knight of Cups. This is an open-heartedness. This is an experience that is becoming thematic for you as you stir up that aspect of yourself that acknowledges the potential gifts and desires that you may not have recognized in the past. This is you pulling away from what others expect of you, what others see as your role, your part, your offerings, and really acknowledging from your own base of experiences and talents and gifts how that informs your desire, the things you're now feeling deserving and worthy of. Among the pursuit of perhaps long held dreams is the conviction that you want and acknowledge love in your life. You want and acknowledge passion as a vital part of not only the exercise of your activities, but as something you are open to receiving. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the way others see you, the 8 of Cups describes your desire to move away from a familiar activity, perhaps it's an employment, a professional practice, away, or a group of very long-held, long-connected intimates that you feel that you've learned all you can learn from, that it's actually time for you, now that you've gathered up the courage of your heart, your convictions, your passion, you are willing to pursue a challenge that is significant to the fulfillment of your self-expression. In the first house, we have the 3 of Cups, which is describing your absolute focus on your equitable friendships with others. This is the support that you have in your life, in every arena in your life, because you are opening up to uh, what you desire, what you long for, what you wish for. You are acknowledging those in your lives who see and support that. This is friendship. This is support through good times and bad times, but understanding that at the very basic of connection is a friendship that knows no physical bounds, that these are the people that support you throughout the vast changes that you yourself are experiencing in who you are. And part of that is the ability to open up and let down, to surrender a little bit to your human urges, your human passions that may not always be on display in your professional or outer experience, outer activities in the world. In the 4th house, you have the 6 of Cups, and this is absolutely flavoring your experience during this time where you are connecting deeply with a relationship, an opportunity, or an environment where you experience your gift, your talent, your particular skill, in a place of creativity, play, joy, without an agenda, without judgment, without a need for next steps, but purely the positive memories of sharing your talents in a place of joy, of pleasure with others. This is really, in some ways, a soulmate connection. And soulmates can be friends, they can be individuals, but they can be goals as well. You are reconnecting to this spark within you that explains, in some ways, this open heartedness. As you re experience something from your past, you are reminded of the support, the connection you have with others for a side of you that is often not appreciated or seen or enjoyed by others. In the seventh house of your significant others, we have the Knight of Wands. And here you are actually fired up to explore and discover this aspect of yourself, this aspect perhaps of others that you are well connected to, as part of an adventure, a part of allowing yourself to be inspired by this connection with yourself, to move out, to grow, to learn more, to travel, to connect with people who are different from you, people that you may not have felt aligned with in the past that you now recognize you have something to learn from. This can inform the way in which you are thinking about business that you practice, or that you think about what it is you want to build towards. If this reading is resonating for you, Aquarius, please like this video, share this with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is greatly appreciated, and it helps me do what I do, and I thank you for that. I pull the Balance card. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. This feels very big to me. Balance, again, talking about the way that we are reflected in our relationships and the way in which we bring balance to our relationships. From the flora and fauna of Africa, I pulled the brown fish owl, and the key words are courage to change. A change is coming. Pay attention to details and stay one step ahead to unlock your full potential. This does feel as though you are reconnecting, touching back upon this very blessed energy of a past or childhood experience of joy, of sharing what you do, something that comes easy for you, that brings a lot of joy, creates something of value for others. And that ability is an recognizing that you wish to express that, something that may not have been, again, obvious to others, or a side of yourself that you repressed or kept hidden, is part of unlocking your full potential. Whatever arena you're in, this is augmenting, this is buoying up, this is rounding out your whole potential in the world. The Three of Cups in the first house is clarified by the Three of Air in the second house and the Fool card in the third house. I love it. So, Three of Air is really about understanding that in order to understand what may have been very difficult challenges, in order to understand places you failed or you've been woefully disappointed, you are recognizing that you have in part come through that, come to an understanding of the necessity for those challenges through the support that you have. This may be support that is just coming, emerging in your awareness that has always been there. And this support emerges from an experience in your past, a positive memory, a joyful memory. This is empowering you to accept this healing in your life, to accept this experience of your emotional life, your emotions as part of what validates what is true and right for you, your emotions as a way of processing your intuition or recognizing the value of your revelations. This is part of what is empowering this exploration. This exploration is full blown, where I see you stepping into it more thoughtfully and methodically through your significant relations. You have already opened yourself up to a greater path with faith in yourself more all-sidedly. So you're willing to let go of something familiar in order to challenge yourself to reach for something that doesn't have a clear end game, a clear destination. But instead, you are balancing out the sense in yourself as a whole person with a purpose in order to let that drive your experiences in the world, to step out into what others might see as risky enterprises or opportunities because you know no matter what happens, you can deal with it. You have the tools to overcome any challenges. And in a funny way, it's describing this perspective that no longer sees uh, challenges in the same way. Because what you're now invested in is this sense of belief and trust in yourself. It's all about producing something of value and experience a service and enjoying the journey. In the fourth house, the Six of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Fire in the fifth house and the Page of Water in the sixth house. You have persevered through and repeatedly approached a creative challenge, an opportunity to explore a gift or talent for a while. It may have been something that has gained you uh, of some damage in many ways. You may have failed quite a few times. You may have been disappointed in others. You have been bruised, but you have never let go of this commitment to expressing yourself more all-sidedly, filling out your expression, recognizing that what you produce in the world is a signature of your whole self. It's interesting that this determination, this willfulness to not give in, not give up, knowing that what you aspire to is close at hand, is actually netting you this greater heart opening. So much so that you are willing to go back to this true innocence where you understand that you are willing to brave the harshness of the world, the harshness of others, in order to be vulnerable, to put yourself out there, to show your true self unadorned, and to interact with people on that basis. There's such a strong energy here of your negotiating the way that you share your energy with others in a way that is not naive, but is entirely open and hopeful, that is really relishing on your creative imagination, almost as though this is the language of your intuition. And despite the popular idea of Aquarius as uh, sort of otherworldly energy, this maverick, this bold idealist who is doing things in an unconventional way, sometimes that's expressed really pejoratively. You are becoming increasingly aware that it is your intuition that constitutes that intuitive knowledge, that particular wisdom that you bring, the ability to see what the collective needs, and ways in which to strategize the collective energy to achieve that. This is almost like that, allowing yourself to play with that energy, to invest in your intuition, to abandon yourself to your unique gifts and talents in a way that is almost making you appear to be an innocent, although you are far from naive. The Knight of Wands in the seventh house is clarified by the Five of Water in the eighth house and the Two of Air in the ninth house. There is a lot of disappointment that you are coming to terms with in your experience. You've not only identified a certain pattern in which you bear some responsibility for the disappointments you've experienced, the failures you've experienced, but there's a part of you that is allowing yourself to grieve those experiences. And that may be something that has been difficult for you in the past, as it is for many of us, right? We don't want to give in to regret, to heartache, to sorrow, to sadness, because it feels like a cesspool sucking us down into this disappointed, pessimistic state, disempowering state. However, beyond understanding that you have overcome, you have taken responsibility for things that didn't work out, not only in your relationships, but perhaps in your practical experience of your professional practice, the work that you do, the organization you work for. You're now aware that these things have been the source of your being able to connect with that deep well of your own dreams, your own talents, your own gifts, and to acknowledge those and acknowledge the dreams that are a result of those, in order to now be grateful that you have the best tool in your toolkit, which is a deeper connection to yourself. This is what's reflected in your relationships. This is what you're exploring. On the practical side, you can be overwhelmed with the choices that you feel you must make in the real world. That there are, that you're at a crossroads, that you have this opportunity to leave something very connected to you behind. And the Two of Air is showing me at this time that you really know the direction you're moving in. You know the choice that's right for you. What you're doing is recognizing that despite the treatment you may have received from significant others, particularly others that you may have loved and or helped, that you recognize the difficulty of this decision, even though you are aware that you didn't get what you needed from those that you were sincerely relating to as for the reciprocity of equal or shared love. You know that you'll be better off. You know that you will be less distracted, but you also are concerned about how others will fare without your input, without your support. And in many ways, this is a way of, I don't know that it's you holding yourself back, but it's a way of just acknowledging your fear, right? Moving on to a path, even if it's the right path for us, is hard. Success is hard. Love can be hard. Making these choices means that you're opening up yourself to really beginning, to really doing the work of achieving something. So you know the direction that's right for you, but you're also feeling, I want to let go. I have let go of the past. I'm letting go of the past, and I'm letting myself feel the sadness, the suffering, acknowledging that as a result, but I also I have a little fear, a little foolhardiness that I'm cultivating as a way of managing that fear, of moving on in such a new direction, for grabbing finally that thing that means more to me than anything. In the 10th house, the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Three of Water, a repeat, and the Justice card in the 12th house. So interesting. This is a pattern I'm seeing that the support that you recognize, not only that you receive in your life, but the circle of support that you're a part of, is something that you see as available in the larger world. It's almost as though you're endeavoring to reclaim um, what used to be thought of as family support, right? Of extended families, intergenerational communities where everyone worked together through good times and bad to help each other. There's something about that that you're reclaiming on behalf of your professional practice, your vision of your community of colleagues or collaborators, that you are reinvesting in your professional work so that you are cultivating, as part of your vision for the world, this sense of it takes a village. The Justice card is really putting that fine line underneath what I so often experience for Aquarius. Is you understand that this is not just about the village, the individual, or the community. This is about what's right. This is about what's fair. This is about what's equal. This is about healing the exploitation, the abuse, the trauma that communities have experienced, that you have experienced. And it is by recognizing what you have experienced on an individual, on a personal level, in your exchanges, in your requirement to share with others deeply, that you understand the underside of fair treatment. You understand not being treated fairly, being gypped, being ripped off, not receiving what you've earned, and how important it is to that experience of yours to acknowledge that on a larger scale. That this is what we're preventing. We're not preventing others from doing bad things. We're preventing people from being vulnerable to that, to knowing that they do have recourse. They are empowered to address that in some way, even if it's after the fact, especially if it's after the fact, in claiming what is theirs, what is rightfully theirs. So there's always this activism, this a sense of global justice that seems to emerge from your readings, Aquarius, and I'm so inspired by the work that you do, wherever you do it. So I have pulled from the Yogic Path Sahasrara, which I believe it's one of the chakras. Let me see which one that is. Oh no, that's not it. Have to be able to spell, right? So Sahasrara is chakra, crown chakra. I was scared to say that in case I was wrong. You may have noticed intuitive rushes of creative wisdom channeling through you, lighting up your every cell. This is called a download, and it is a message from the divine selected to come to you because you have the potential to birth it on this planet. These downloads occur when the crown chakra is open, which may only be a few seconds, but is enough to illuminate a path that you never knew possible. Find what brings you these channeling states and bring yourself there as much as possible, whether it's through meditation, walking in nature, singing, or writing. The absence of the mind allows the genius of the divine. Those intuitive hits, choose you. Now is your time to birth them to life. Thank you, Aquarius, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.